It's been a very eventful 72 hours since the rocks fell last Friday. The site assessment has still not been carried out. We're waiting for Wednesday when the consultants will be arriving from the UK for them to be able to take a good look at the state of the rock face and report back to us.
Has the weather been a factor in the site assessment works this weekend?
Most definitely. While the weather is unsettled and while there's been extremely bad, strong winds and rains, there's not much point in carrying out the site assessment. So now when the weather starts getting better, and obviously after Wednesday when the consultants are in, then we'll be in a far better position to see where we go from here.
And with the site assessment ongoing, what is being done to shore up the rock face in the area where the incident happened last week, and in other areas, for example, in Brian Navarro Way and near the water catchments where rock falls have happened before?
Well, Gibraltar, obviously, we live around the rock, so it's inevitable and it's a fair conclusion to make that rocks do fall, and it's something which we cannot do much about. So what the consultants will do when they come on Wednesday, they will take a scientific look at the rock and see exactly what risks there may be of further rockfalls. I mean, saying that there clearly will be more rockfalls, because that's an inevitable part of living around the rock, but we do need to take into consideration their professional advice, and this is why we contract them.
And rockfalls tend to happen a lot of the time after particularly bad weather, whether it be windy, rainy or stormy altogether. Does the government sort of anticipate a rockfall in some of these areas where they have happened before after bad weather?
We never know when the rockfall will occur, if at all. Statistically, there's correlation between bad weather and rockfall, so you can expect there's a greater risk, but that does not mean to say that there will invariably be a rockfall. So sometimes it can happen the opposite. There could be once after a wet period, then the actual, as a rock is drying up, that could also lead to a rockfall. But having said that, there's no hard and fast rule that will tell us when a rockfall will occur.
And how long are the alternative traffic arrangements expected to be in place till?
Well, that very much depends on what the result of the outcome is of the recommendations we expect from our consultants on Wednesday. So at the moment in time, technical services have been extremely busy, and they've been supported by the RGP, and they've managed to restore as much normality to the residents of the area as possible. So we've actually opened an area by opening the centre reservation on Delvestar Road to allow the bus to be able to turn around, to be able to come back. So they've also had to open an alternative route out of the estate from the by the rear part of the building, and so those arrangements will remain in place until we're satisfied and that the consultants say we're clear to go. Really, the most important thing is the weather. Well, as the weather clears up, then we'll be in a better position to be able to start clearing up and making plans to reopen.